wanted to share with you 3 apps that I have found have been incredibly helpful and that you might find helpful too for editing and sharing your artwork on Etsy and Instagram. Any. So the first app I use is called Snapseed, and that's a free app. It's completely free, and I use that to do the first basic edit. And sometimes I use it to put, other things on it. So here is the Snapseed app. You tap it in the middle, obviously, to open a photo. I'm going to use photos that I took tonight that weren't the greatest photos because I took them in the dark, but I'm using it for demonstrative purposes. So as you can see, it's really crooked because I really just always make things really crooked. You can decide, right here there's filters. So it saves your last edits the way you edited previously. Or you could start over new. You could do the portrait, you could do smooth, you could do pop. I generally tend to favor the pop. And so let's see, we're gonna pick the pop. So pick the pop, make the color really shine out. We'll do yes for this, and then we will crop it, put it down, there we go, crop it, perfect. Now we got a nice popped up color of picture, and here you could change the saturation, you can change the contrast, you just scroll down, the brightness, the warmth. It's not like you're being phony to change your pictures. I find that lots of times you take a picture and it doesn't look like the painting. And in the editing process, you can make the actual image look a lot more like the image does in real life. Okay, so now I'm going to export it. I'm going to save it. And then I'll show you the next app. So the next app I'm going to show you about, which I use constantly, is Instasize. I use Instasize for Etsy and for Instagram because my pictures were always too big. So in the thumbnails on Etsy, it would be just this giant painting where you just see the middle, you couldn't tell what it looked like, and I found it really frustrating. So I was looking up apps that I could resize it easily without having to do like this many pixels and this many pixels. So anyways, I found this Instasize, which sizes it for Instagram, but also it's the perfect size for Etsy. So this one is also super easy. I don't even know all the things it does because I really use it for 2 things. I take my photo and I put a frame around it. Because these are on paper, I like to have a background because I don't want them to look like they're giant when they're the smaller paper painting. So I put a background. I always pick white. You could decide you want this big, this big, this big. Then I put a frame. So I put a white background. You could put green, gray, pink, whatever suits your picture. I like to keep it white because my Instagram is pretty white except for the painting, so I like to keep it like that. And then you go over here and you pick the format, and you could have it original, you could put it a square, you could fit it for a story, this is the full size landscape. I usually use this one here, the IG full, and then I export it. But I mean, there's lots of things you can do. You can make a collage. You could do more photo editing on this one, but I find it easier to edit on the Snapseed and then put it in this one to resize it. So then I will save it to the camera. And then the third one that I use, which is such a time saver, because I'm busy, I'm really busy a lot. And sometimes if I were to post something, I'd be posting it at 7 o'clock at night and then nobody seems to see it. So the one that I like to use is called Preview, and that's this one here. So I like Preview because Preview, you pick your image, you just add it here with the X, you put your photo, you pick your image, no, we'll pick this one, and then when you go onto it, you put this little caption icon, and then you could write whatever it is you want to say, art by me. And one of the other great easy things about it is that it'll find hashtags for you. So you could put art, there's like a million, you could put, if you were a blogger girl, put blogger girl. a lot of preset hashtags that you can use. So it takes a lot of the guessing work out of it. And then you can schedule over here. Oh, no. And then you can schedule your posting. So it won't actually post it for you, which at first I thought it did. It'll send you a reminder to post it. You press export, it copies your caption, and then you pick Instagram and you put it in there. You put it on either your story or your feed, and you post it, and then you're done. So you can do these the night before and you know, set them up, or you could do them all in one day and set them up for the week and schedule the times that you want to remind yourself to post it, and then you post it there. So I find those 3 apps have been really helpful in getting my stuff easily and efficiently out on Etsy and out on Instagram, while keeping it looking professional and saving me time. And they're all free. I'm just going to show you a little bit of my Instagram and how it looks with using these apps. So you can see it's all pretty white. They're all cropped the same, so they all look very much alike. So they're fluid. They're a lot more eye-catching, I find, when they all blend together. I used to have a really messy Instagram, and I cleaned it up with the advice of some people around me. So anyway, this is when I wasn't using them. You can see how kind of messy it is when I wasn't using all the apps. It's very ununiformed. And then when I started using the apps. So you can see the difference there. So if you like this video, then please press the thumbs up button and please subscribe.